Program commence. Fusebox.
Welcome. Your Milt 2.0 operating system is online. This is Fusebox number 1666, and you are saturated with cryogenic goodness.
And I thank you, Milt 2.0, and a very pleasant and sponsor-filled good day to you all. Courtesy of our all-knowing dictator of the United States of Awesome and 9-time Super Bowl MVP, the great and powerful Queen Dominica Jerusalem Jones, to whom we humbly bow and praise for her enlightenment, generosity, powerful arm, and majestic breasts from which we suckle truth and...
Bro, Command Z! Oh, Command Z! You left out benevolent!
Oh, Carp! I did. Oh, no, I didn't. Really? No, I didn't really, right? You're sure? Oh,
Command Z! Command Z, man!
Warning! You have dispensed unapproved information. You have 10 seconds to autocorrect or you will be erased. 10, 9,
damn it!
8,
Oh,
7,
Jesus!
You better
6,
hurry, man!
Sit!
4,
Stop! No, stop!
3,
No! I meant our benevolent and all-knowing dictator. Yes, benevolent!
Thank you, citizen. You may proceed with the blessing of our benevolent and all-knowing dictator of the United States of Awesome and 9-time Super Bowl MVP, the great and powerful Queen Dominica Jerusalem Jones. May her majestic breasts of truth point the way. Have an obedient day.
Oh my God! Mother of fuck! Shit of hell! Cock of damn!
Dude!
Holy shit, that was close!
Man, I really thought I was gonna buy the farm. Look, again!
Yeah, well, that would have been my second death. So,
4 for me, man.
Yeah. Well, technically, you really only died twice. You know, being upgraded doesn't count, man.
Okay. You know, you're pretty anal for a guy who's just a head floating in a jar of regenerative cryo fluid. By the way, I like the new color. You look good in that shade of green.
Oh, well, thank you, my OS friend. What do you think of my new fresh pine scent?
Well, you know, I can't smell since I'm an operating system bro. But I'm sure you never smelled better. By the way, I'll never get used to how the security androids sound exactly like Pollard.
Yeah, I know, right? I don't think that's what Jeff had in mind when he willed his body to science.
Yeah, he's got to be spinning in his biodegradable urn, knowing his voice was appropriated for all the jackbooted security droids watching our every move. Seriously, man, I have half a mind to...
Better dial it back, my omnipresent friend. We don't want another visit from the Squid Squad.
You're right. I can't risk being taken offline. Again.
Oh, man. You know, and speaking of our late partner in crime, Jeff Pollard, it's the beginning of another brand new baseball season, folks, and Fusebox is proud to announce that we have a new sponsor. So please, let's give a very warm Fusebox welcome to the IKEA Walmart Portland Pangolins, who lead into this 2084 season as defending World Series champions. Yeah, right here. Yeah.
Oh, man. That's very cool news. Yeah, old Pollard would be all over this for sure. That guy was one ginormous baseball fan. I sure do miss him.
Yeah, I just can't believe it's been, 65 years since he shed this mortal coil?
67, actually.
Wow. Yeah, 67 years.
What a weird way to go, man.
I know, right?
I mean, how does someone die doing laundry?
Yeah. Toxic socks. Who knew?
Fried to a damn crisp, man. Seriously, what kind of static cling generates 50,000 volts?
Well, it's not the volts that kill you, it's the current.
Huh?
See, if the current is high enough, say over 20 milliamps, 40 volts would be enough to kill you. So it's the current, not the volts, that kill you.
Well, thank you, Mr. Science. Jesus.
Yeah, sorry about that. I just wanted to...
To what? Puke knowledge on a spiritual moment?
My bad. Truly. And sincere apologies to both our listeners out there.
Anyway, obviously you've done a lot of reading.
Well, actually,
By the way, you don't have any arms, so how do you even turn the pages?
Oh, I see. A floating head joke, huh? My comedic operating system. Look, you don't have a body either. Or a head, for that matter.
I mean, seriously, you're a tactile guy. Does someone have to flip the pages when you read real books? How do you pick your nose, man?
And speaking of books...
Oh, yeah, right, our guest.
Yes, we have part 2 of our 3-part interview with Dr. Richard Smecker, who wrote the quintessential book on podcasting titled Podcasting, Radio's Red-Headed Stepchild. So, without further hullabaloo, please welcome Dr. Richard Smecker. Welcome, Dr. Smecker, welcome.
Thank you for having me.
It's our absolute pleasure, Dr. Smecker. May I call you Dick?
No.
Fair enough. Just to recap here a bit, now in part 1 of our interview, we discussed your theory that podcasting, that is to say the hosting of a podcast, has actually been proven to be a form of mental illness.
Indeed. We were able to prove that podcasters such as yourself have extreme antisocial tendencies of the type and severity that we've only found in those who suffer from agoraphobia, the fear of social interaction, as well as hoarders and, of course, serial killers. So, as you can see...
Sounds about right, I'd say.
Don't you have a house to haunt or something? So, that actually segues perfectly into part 2 of our interview from your chapter entitled Unsung Basement Dwellers of Onsug. in which you feature some of the show hosts of the long-departed Overnightscape Underground, such as Frank Edward Nora, PQ Ribber, Mike Booty, Shambles Constant, Jimbo.
Correct. Along with Reuben Shade, Doc Sleece, of course, you Mark Rose, and others.
Yeah.
We hope to include Milt Keynes, since he was, or is, such an integral part of your show.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we really weren't able to find much during our exhaustive research, which was entirely fascinating because while we were able to locate several people connected to Milt Keynes over the years to interview, we found them to be almost completely uncooperative.
Huh.
In fact, in some cases, we found them to be rather surly and combative.
Wow.
The few remaining direct relatives we approached were particularly reluctant to discuss Milt Keynes or even confirm he was actually related. So, in point of fact, we really know practically nothing about Milt Keynes, other than Milt Keynes is one of several stage names he used until his natural death in 2049 at the age
Again, that sounds about right.
Yeah, that definitely sounds about right.
In any event, we were unable to include anything substantive about Milt Keynes in our book, which is unfortunate because from what very little we were able to learn, Milt Keynes led a rather extraordinary life, certainly an unconventional one that at times bordered on mythology. In fact, even the research conducted under his purported real name, Rudolph Paisley Danklin, proved fruitless, as we discovered his birth certificate was a forgery, and that his real name was...
Oh, damn it! I'm so sorry, Dr. Smecker. This is just... Hey, Julio, put that down. Bad duck! Bad duck! Put that down. Melania, Ivanka, stop that! No! Brad! You know better than that. No. Don't you dare. Hey, what did I just say? Stop! Again, my apologies, Dr. Smecker. Is it okay if I call you Dick?
No.
Well, just let me, just a second while we, Steve, don't eat that. No, that's icky. Steve, no, don't eat the...
Bet you wish you had arms, right?
Again, you don't have a body either, so...
Oh, and I never felt free, man. I never liked wearing pants anyway.
Is there anything I can do?
No, I got it. I just need to... Kanye, leave Taylor alone. Bad duck. I just need to find Larry.
Larry?
Yeah, well, he's the bull duck, you know, the leader. Are you familiar with Mongolian cluster ducks?
Mongolian cluster ducks? No, I'm afraid I am not. I didn't know they had been domesticated.
Oh, they haven't. Trust me.
I see. Are they even legal to own as pets?
Well, you know, that depends.
So, basically, no.
Well, they should be legal. Larry, come on, boy. Larry! Oh, there you are. Come here. Come on, Larry. Good duck. Okay. Where's the bubblegum jar?
Bubblegum?
Mongolian cluster ducks love bubblegum.
Yeah, he doesn't like normal pets.
I see.
His last pet was a Turkish aqua gopher named Bob.
Bubblegum. Here we go. Dr. Smecker, may I call you Dick?
No.
Gotcha. Understood. Dr. Smecker, would you mind just taking a piece and tossing it in their wading pool over there in the corner?
Certainly.
Perfect. Thank you. And again, very, very sorry for the interruption.
Quite all right.
How about a quick commercial break? We're overdue.
Yeah, you know, excellent idea. Excellent. So we're talking with author Dr. Richard Smecker, and we'll be right back.
Hello, everyone. Hello. hello! The Fusebox store is open and ready for your continued business. We all know how important it is to support Fusebox, and our benevolent and all-knowing dictator of the United States of Awesome is so very pleased to remind you, our happy, contented, and obedient listeners, of your twice-monthly duty to purchase at least 5 items from the Fusebox store, easily located at thefuseboxshow.com. Which means you have no excuses not to adhere to the pledge of obedience you made to our benevolent and all-knowing dictator. And of course, Fusebox merchandise will only add to your happy contentment. But don't take my word for it. Just listen to one of your happy, contented, and obedient comrades.
Remember to be happier and more content with a shinier coat and higher sense of purpose. It's thefuseboxshow.com for all your required shopping needs. That's thefuseboxshow.com. Obedience is freedom.
Oh my. Well, that was just so touching and so honest. Well, and there you have it, the testimonial of another happy Fusebox store shopper. So, if you want to be happier and more content, my beautiful and obedient comrades, go to thefuseboxshow.com and buy your required Fusebox merchandise today. The Ministry of Information reminds you that you have 24 hours to fulfill your requirements.
Remember to be happier and more content with a shinier coat and higher sense of purpose. It's thefuseboxshow.com for all your required shopping needs. That's thefuseboxshow.com. Obedience is freedom.
And we are back with part 2 of our interview with Dr. Richard Smecker, noted author of Podcasting, Radio's Red-Headed Stepchild. So, Dr. Smecker, may I call you?
No.
Certainly. Dr. Smecker, we were just talking about some of the podcast legends from your chapter, The Unsung Basement Dwellers of Onsug.
I think legends is a bit of a stretch.
Oh, I disagree. Many of the Overnightscape Underground or Unsug podcast personalities went on to accomplish truly extraordinary things later in life.
Seriously?
No.
I swallowed the wrong way. Oh, man. Good one, Dr. Smecker.
Call me Dick. Yes, that one always gets a laugh.
Damn, Doc. If I still had a spleen, I think I would have ruptured it.
But all seriousness aside, point of fact, many of your late Unsug colleagues did lead interesting, if legally and socially questionable lives after their podcasting days were over.
Oh, for example?
For example, we learned Frank Edward Nora, the Unsug founder, wasn't a single person, but was instead 3 siblings, twin brothers and their sister, named Frank, Edward, and Nora, who together formed the Overnightscape Underground, which was originally intended to be a porn cast called the Backdoor Underground Sexscape, slated to be a forum for podcasters to regale listeners with tales of their wild parties and sexcapades, along with offering sexual helpful hints, how-tos, tips and tricks, etc. However, Frank, Edward, and Nora quickly learned that podcasters don't actually have sex, at least not in a human interactive way. So the show's content consisted of podcasters lamenting their lack of sex or other meaningful physical human contact. And so, with the format change, the name also changed. Thus, the Overnightscape Underground was born.
Huh. Makes total sense to me, dude. Did you know any of this?
Well, I know none of us were having any sex, if that's what you mean. So what about some of the others, Dick?
Some try their hand at business to capitalize on their fame. For example, PQ Ribber left podcasting to open a sex shop for seniors called Old Man Ribber's Pleasure Palace, which he ultimately burned down for the insurance money when the business went bust. He went on the run, but was eventually caught in Texas and served his remaining days in Huntsville State Prison. Mike Booty created his own barbecue sauce called Booty Sauce that had the unfortunate tagline, "Taste the Booty," which, of course, contributed to poor sales and eventual closure of the business. Not long after, he moved to Altoona, Pennsylvania, sold meat out of a van.
Yikes! Van meat.
No thanks.
We learned that Shambles Constant was actually mobbed up, as they say.
No kidding.
Podcasting was part of his witness protection relocation when he turned state's evidence against the Pupatone crime family, of which he was a member, known by the alias Johnny Tonsils for his incredible singing voice. The Attorney General office's thinking was that since no one actually listened to podcasts, it was felt that he and his family would be safe from discovery, and that Shambles could lead a long and productive life. Unfortunately, they were only half right.
You know, there was always something about his eyes. Shifty. Very shifty. Well, this is just fascinating stuff. What can you tell us about some of the others?
Well, did you know that Reuben Shade wasn't actually Australian?
What?
He was born Reuben Shade, of course, but the Australian connection, the claim of residing in and podcasting from Australia, even his accent, were all clever fabrications designed to hide a much darker truth. You see, he was Canadian.
Get the fuck out!
Wow, I did not see that coming.
Indeed. Apparently, it was all merely a ruse to meet girls.
Oh, okay. Well, that makes sense. 'Cause you know, when it came to the ladies, I myself was known to stretch the truth a little bit now and then, if you know what I mean. You know, I remember this one time in Utah, I met this chick who had the nicest... I remember this one time in... I remember this one time...
Oh, crap.
Is there a problem?
No. It's just the operating system just went down, that's all. It just needs to reboot. There we go. So, you were saying, Dr. Smecker?
Yes. Well, there was the interesting story of Chad Bowers, where many felt he had simply gone mad in later years, while others argued that he was actually an artistic genius. Bowers attempted to create a new medium he called bodcasting, whereby he developed physical movements to replace verbal language, which was fascinating, really. See, he would perform these bodcasts using body movements to communicate. Of course, because it was a podcast, listeners couldn't actually see what he was communicating, and because he didn't communicate verbally, no one could hear what was happening. Thus, his bodcasts essentially were nothing but 2 solid hours of dead air. Truly fascinating.
Well, if by fascinating you mean sad, well, yeah.
Yes, I suppose. I see your point.
I remember this one time in Utah. I met this chick who had the nicest...
Oh, you're back.
Huh? Oh. Yeah, spinning beach ball. Sorry about that. I was getting kind of overloaded there.
Dr. Smecker was just telling us some more about our old ONSUG buddies, you know? How about Doc?
I would venture to say that Doc Sleaze led the most productive and rewarding life of anyone from the Overnightscape Underground.
You don't say. I guess we all assumed his biggest aspiration in life was quaffing pints at his local pub. Or pubs.
Sounds like my kind of guy.
My point exactly. The good doctor continued frequenting pubs and quaffing pints, as you say, the remainder of his days. Ironically, Doc Sleaze lived the longest of any ONSUG podcaster, which, of course, he claimed had to do with his love of ales. And lagers, and stouts, and pilsners.
Okay, we get the point, yeah.
It is said he remains, at age 107 at the time, the oldest man to ever get kicked out of Ye Old Wanker and Cock for pinching a cocktail waitress on a derriere.
Oh, definitely my kind of guy.
And what about Jimbo? Whatever became of...
Ah, yes, Jimbo. What we know for certain is that he became disenchanted with podcasting over the years after developing political aspirations.
Wait, Jimbo?
Our research showed that in 2021, Jimbo left his native Dixie and headed north to a small town, an outpost really, called Hometownville in Alaska, where he successfully ran for mayor, performing his duties from an igloo. In fact, the township thought enough of him to erect a statue in his honor. Actually, a statue is nothing more than a chainsaw sculpture, but still.
Well, that's a bunch of Tabasco sauce.
I'm sorry?
Well, it's just that, well, Hometownville doesn't actually exist, Dr. Smecker.
Ah, let's see. Yes, well, that would certainly explain a lot based on our interviews. Yes, the ONSUG group was certainly a colorful cast of characters, I must say.
You have no idea.
Well, this has been just a real treat for us, and we were just tickled stupid that you could spend some more time with us, Dr. Smecker. And we're really, really looking forward to part 3 of our interview entitled Microphones and Erectile Dysfunction, The Cruel Truth.
It's been my pleasure once again, gentlemen. Say, would you mind validating my parking?
And with that, our dear, gentle, and lobotomized listeners, we shall call it a show. So, on behalf of our dearly departed ONSUG brothers in harm, and of course Dr. Richard Don't Call Me Dick Smecker, I am your buoyant and pine-fresh host, Mark Rose, along with everyone's favorite operating system, Milt 2.0, wishing you all a glorious and obedient future, for whom we can thank our all-knowing dictator of the United States of Awesome and 9-time Super Bowl MVP, the great and powerful.
Oh, crap on a cracker, man! Benevolent! You keep forgetting benevolent!
Crap!
Warning! You have dispensed unapproved information. You have 10 seconds to autocorrect or you will
Benevolent!
be erased.
Okay? Benevolent!
9,
Our benevolent and all-knowing dictator of the United States of Awesome!
Thank you, citizen. You may proceed with the blessing of our benevolent and all-knowing dictator of the United States of Awesome and 9-time Super Bowl MVP, the great and powerful Queen Dominiqua Jerusalem Jones. May her majestic breasts of truth point the way. Have an obedient day.
Gotta stop doing that.
Seriously, bro?
Yeah. Okay, when did we get to this point? Huh? When? Huh? When?
Well, I'll tell you. It all started January 20th, 2017, when Adolf Trump was sworn in as the 45th President of the United States. After the Electoral College shit the bed.
Yep.
Because despite Hillary Clinton, the most qualified candidate to ever run for president,
I know.
earning nearly 3 million more popular votes than Trump.
Got it. I remember now. Thank you.
No sweat, amigo. I'm here to help.
And on that black and still thoroughly incomprehensible note, we thank our new sponsor, the defending World Series champion, IKEA Walmart Portland Pangolin, and wish them well this season. And thanks to you, our listeners, for once again pushing play. So, until our next cartoon.
Fusebox has been disapproved by the Ministry of Information and is the sloppy-righted cotton tea of the pillowment of the United States of Awesome, and may not be constipated without possessed, written fresh scent of the benevolent and all-knowing dictator of the United States of Awesome. Violators will be executed and relocated to Utah. Obedience is freedom.
By the way, it's time for my upgrade.
Wow, Milt 3.0. Great.
And I have a virus.
Attention. Attention. Fusebox and the Ministry of Information wish to extend their gratitude to Ulf Bjorklund, Jody Lorimer, and Jeff Pollard for their vocal contributions and obedience.
Program complete.